Welcome back to the Super Not Funny Show reviews. And today I'm reviewing the Afterparty Season 2, Episode 5. It's entitled Sebastian and it's come to you from Apple TV Plus. So, what did I think about it? And should you be watching? And before we get into the review, get down there, hit like on this video. I'm starting to think that every episode, the director is just like, I really just want to do a genre movie. Because, in this one, whoever directed and whoever wrote it, they clearly liked stuff like Ocean's 11, heist and con artist movies, because it plays exactly like that. Like it could have been Lock, Stock, and Two Loaded Barrels or something like that, but played out amongst rich people and at a wedding. And to that end, I love that kind of thing. So this will already had me in the bag for it anyway. But also, it's about kind of a dude that so far has been, I guess, the antagonist for Anik, Sebastian. He's a British dude, and he seems to be shady and everything like that. And he's the right-hand man and the best man for Edgar, who is now dead. So can he, I guess, maybe take the scent off of him or something like that, or just clear his name? And so we don't just get, oh, what did he do last night? Nope. We got to get the man's life story. And it turns out that he isn't British. In fact, it's a put on accent. And he's a guy from, I guess, San Diego, which, let me just say, that, I don't believe that. Like, it sounded like a fake American accent. And, surprise, it is a fake American accent. And the thing is so he's a British guy playing a American guy that's pretending to be a British guy. And you know what? I will take that Robert Downey Jr. shit for this particular episode. But that American accent, I don't know if for this show, if he was intentionally sort of not being good, or if he was just like, this is the best I can do. Who knows? But the point is, he's a born con artist, I guess you can say, conning people from the beginning, and as a kid, and just conning his way into a boarding school where he meets Edgar, and then they become not friends but partners. And so, like, a lot of this episode seems to be uncovering, I guess you can say, what Edgar really was like. Because up to this point, he seemed like, oh, he's socially awkward. Maybe he's, high functioning autistic or something. But it also turns out he's a huge dick. Like just like a huge dick. Like he was very perceptive, very smart, and used that to kind of get over on Sebastian as a kid, and later to kind of keep him under his thumb. And also, he's not super happy with Sebastian, and apparently he lost a bunch of money because Sebastian didn't follow his instructions to the letter, and that's where he fires him and everything. And so he has plenty of motive to kill him, and yet he spends most of the episode detailing a heist to go rob the safe during the the wedding. So some things that we saw in earlier episodes start to make sense, like why was he running around naked, and what was he, what happened to the lizard, and all of that good stuff, and it's all fun. Like, it's funny stuff. It reveals like Edgar's not just a weirdo and he's kind of an ass, but also that Sebastian's very clever, but not quite clever enough, or was he? And that, it leads to, as you can, you think in these kind of movies, a sort of a confrontation between Edgar and Sebastian that ends up in Sebastian's favor, because he finally thinks ahead far before what Edgar was thinking about. And maybe Edgar was distracted by the wedding. Who knows? And so he tries to say, hey, why would I kill him? I left millions of dollars. Which, let's just say, that doesn't mean anything. Just because you didn't rob him, maybe you were killing him because you literally had no, he had a beef with him that had nothing to do with money. Who knows? But during all that, we see that he does do something that is kind of suspicious to try to put it off on somebody else, like a suspicion on someone else. That is the Funkle, that's played by John Cho. And, I'm like, well, that's a little bit suspicious, man. I'm just saying. Beyond that, we also have kind of the B plot, which is the confrontation between Edgar's mom, Isabel, who's been a huge bitch this whole time, and what Zoe and Grace's parents, and the accusation of who poisoned Edgar, and she accuses them of some long plot, and unfortunately the parents have they do have a little bit too much incriminating evidence, because the mom is super cheap and she took all of the all of the centerpieces that had poisonous stuff on them. And it does lead to a kind of fun little confrontation where the girls can sort of give their mom like some ribbing or whatever. It was very nice. Like, I like them as a family unit. I think they're fun to watch together. And also, it's a good contrast with, Edgar's family, the remaining ones, how they're kind of weirdly, separate, and they don't really seem like they have any kind of bonding like that. But I mean, in a way, I'm just like, are they trying to say that Isabel is still a suspect just because she just seems to be sort of a terrible person? And, what would her motive be? I'm not entirely sure at this point. And then we sort of get a little aside where, have Hannah and Grace have a little moment by the poolside, and maybe this whole thing about them breaking up that Hannah, said she didn't tell them all, didn't tell them everything that happened. Maybe this whole thing about them breaking up isn't really real. So, instead of this episode giving us clues that point to fewer people, now it's sort of opening it back up a little bit. Hannah and Grace together, is this a conspiracy? Is the mom just accusing everyone else in order to keep it away from herself? And is Sebastian really on the up and up? And of course, is Uncle Ulysses, what was he hiding behind his back? These are all good things, and we're at a little bit past the halfway point of this season. So it's getting time for us to actually reel this in. I'm going to maintain, I think I said before that my guess was the best friend. I think it's between, not the best friend, but Sebastian, the best man. I think it's between him and Isabel. And I don't know why I'm saying that. I guess everyone else feels a little too likely. But I could be totally wrong, because they keep not giving us real clues. And so all of this is going to lead up to next week's episode, where Dana hints that she's going to tell why she's not on the force anymore to Anik, because I guess that's super important. Why? I'm trying to figure out why that's important to this mystery, but we'll roll with it. So anyway, those are my thoughts on this episode of the Afterparty. I thought it was quite good. It's as much better than last week's episode. And before I forget, shout out to Ben Schwartz for the cameo where he's in his prison orange and talking about dropping bars behind bars. I love that. I'm so happy to see. I was like, is he going to be in this episode? No, he's just a cameo. Cool. That was pretty cool. But anyway, those are all my thoughts on this episode. What did you guys think about it? What did you think about what I had to say? Get down to the comment section and leave your thoughts there. And of course, you can always hit me up, supernotfunnyshow@gmail.com, or at supernotfunnys1 on Twitter. And while you're down there, hit like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. All that good stuff helps grow this channel, helps more people to see these videos. All right, thanks for joining me. Come back next week. We're going to talk about episode 6 of the Afterparty. Until then, I've been Mo, your commentary extraordinaire on all things pop culture, and I'll see you guys on the other side of the thread. Peace.